As part of We the People, celebrating 250 years, here's This Day in History. Proudly sponsored by American Family Insurance.
As we count down to America's 250th birthday this summer, we're sharing our We the People series, people, places, and things of the past that have shaped our country to what it is today. What do you have for us, Charlie?
The American Red Cross. May 21st, back in 1881, the American National Red Cross was founded in Washington, D.C. The organization has since provided aid in countless disasters across the country. Humanitarians Clara Barton and Adolphus were behind the founding. Originally, the organization aimed to aid victims of wars and natural disasters, working with the International Red Cross. Barton had worked with those hurt or sick during the Civil War and worked in the Lincoln administration to identify thousands of prisoners of war who had died. She also worked with the International Red Cross in Europe during the Franco-Prussian War, before coming back to the United States. The American Red Cross would first be chartered in 1900, with Barton still at the head of the organization. Today, the Red Cross has 5 different chapters in Wisconsin, including one in Madison. That's This Day in History for May 21st.
You know, there might be a lot of bad in this world, but there's also a lot of good and a lot of people who are looking to help, and this is certainly one of those organizations.
The Red Cross does a lot of good, including the blood donations that they collect, and yeah, I know where the office is. It's just off Sheboygan Avenue.
You can't miss the big flag,
nope.
Right? Yeah, and one of the easiest ways to help is donating blood. Every 56 days, you can do it, Charlie. Roll up a sleeve.
Every 56,
Yep.
Okay. You've got it down.